see the people looking to the clouds, waiting for the Son of God. And I see the people looking to the sky, hoping he's still alive. And I see the people looking away from the cradle within, the last place on earth they would search for a birth. And all the while, she waits for room, she waits for room. The second time I am inside, I am the second time.
I'm here. I choose love. And I ask now that if there is a message for me and or for sharing in the ways that I share, I'm here and I am willing to receive and to translate and to ultimately transcribe. Aishtima. It is I. As we have shared many times, the chaos would increase and will continue to increase. The pressure, and as we have framed it, the unknown is pressing in to your consciousness, into your awareness. It is pressing you to decide, to choose what is true. And as we have given, also many times before, in these times, if you are only relying on what is given to you through your media and through others who are not attuned to the truth of who they are from within, then it will become increasingly confusing. Who is right and who is wrong? In order to know the truth that sets you free, one must attune to their own divinity. This is where your power is. This is how you know what is true for you. Because you will resonate with what is true. What is true will light up for you. And it will be clear. You will also, when you are attuned, you will also hear and feel and know the guidance that you need in any given moment. So again, if you are resonating with fear and the unconscious traumas that we have been speaking about for many years, then you will not know the truth that sets you free. You will not perceive what is being offered to you, what has been offered to you in many, many different ways over the course of your life. We want to say that humanity does move through many cycles in this universe. Once one achieves the insight and the understanding that love is the way, as your Christ indicated, love, light is the way. Now, this did not mean that it must be through a worshipped character. This Christ energy is available to all of you, and that is what is occurring now. Those who heard your Jesus Christ teacher and took it to heart, along with other spiritual teachers in this current cycle, if you heard this and took it to heart, you would be acting upon it. You would be owning it. You would be embodying it. Because that is what the teachings are about. You were redirected to worship something outside of yourself, to follow narratives and stories outside of yourself. This disempowers you. This takes you off of your true path as a divine human being. So for those who know this now, you will shift into another way of being, another landscape. What this looks like in the outer world to your family and friends will differ. It may appear that your life is ended. But life never ends. It simply transforms. So, it will also be confusing to the mind that is entrained to the world and all that has been given, all that you have been indoctrinated within. It will appear, in some cases, very sad that you have departed this reality. Or another scenario might be to your family and friends is that you remain to be a demonstrator for how to adapt, how to reorient to your universal identity, to your Creator, to all that is. There are these openings now. That is what these cycles are about. This is the doorway. This is the cosmic doorway that we speak of. It is open now in greater ways than any time before your 26,000-year cycle. So when those souls who come to this doorway, the souls, the many, many souls who wanted to be here at this time, to see if they could awaken to a place in consciousness to recognize what is happening. There is something within you that will trigger if you have been here many times before and you perhaps were not quite ready. You wanted to see if you could feel the trigger, perceive the trigger, respond to the trigger, and be courageous enough to move in a different way than your consensus reality. For that is ultimately the test, you see. Not a test that is being given to you by your Creator, but a test from within yourself. Something that you chose to test yourself on. So here you are, on this platform, with the doorway wide open. What direction will you be magnetically pulled into? What is your path in these times? Have you been giving this the attention required in order to perceive without fear which path to take? It is understood that for many humans, these words, this way of speaking is foreign and unusual because it is not being put into context of all that you have known. This voice, this presence comes from what you have framed as the unknown. This is the unknown speaking to you, assisting you in reframing what you have been immersed within and what you are on the precipice of. And we understand the depth of your conditioning, so there is no judgment. You are already forgiven for the mistakes that would come from being disconnected from your source or perceiving yourself as such. So let that part go and arrive in this doorway and decide, do you want to reignite the truth of who you are within your being? Or do you choose to remain frozen in fear and trust in all that you were given from the past? For that is truly the platform that you stand upon. What do you trust? And there is no wrong or right answer. It is simply which wheel, which cycle, which pathway, which trajectory do you match in vibrational frequency? Many people reject these kinds of words, these kinds of messages, because they have been told that it is laughable, ridiculous, demonic. We've heard many judgments. It is understood that one judges because one cannot feel, cannot perceive through your resonant gifts within your body. If this is not active, then you must choose from the variety of narratives that are given to you from others, because you do not have your resonant musical instrument activated to know the truth that sets you free. This is what the kingdom of heaven is. This is it. This is where you are now. Be willing to suspend all that was given before and stand in the presence of your source creator, your original source creator. And if you cannot feel, then say, I'm here and I choose love and I want to feel it and I want to be guided by it. And I'm willing to let go of all that I thought I knew from the past. And embrace true knowing from within. There have been many inconsistencies that have been given to you as truth. And many of you have bought into it, literally. What we are saying is you are not judged for that. That is but of course this would happen scenario. What we are saying is in this moment and any new present moment in which you become aware that you can change this and you can transcend this is that present moment doorway. Is that inner cosmic doorway where you now have an opening because you have stated that this is what you want and your behavior matches what you say. That is all that is required. Now, for many of you, you have been doing this over the years and you have watched and observed how challenging it is, because it is so easy to fall back in to the consensus reality of all that you were given, especially when it comes to your egoic nature of wanting to hold on to the identity and the relationships that go with that identity, to the stories of what life is, all that you've been given through religion, through politics, through education, through culture. There are many inconsistencies. There are truths woven throughout, which makes it even more confusing. So, to fully know the truth, to access that from within your being, as you were designed, as your great spiritual teachers taught you, through great sacrifice. You must consciously choose to receive it, to be it. This is your proverbial second coming. Surprise. These things and greater shall ye do. If you've been listening, hearing, perceiving the truth of these teachings, so this is when many people find out, are you more aligned with the identity of your church and your religion than you are your divine identity within? That is the truth, that is the kingdom of heaven, that is your light, connected with the source of all. This is the choosing time. For those who have accepted the storylines and the idea and the concepts of religion, of the way it has been framed for you, to keep you from recognizing this within, in many cases. We are not saying that all religions or spiritual belief systems are bad. But understand, if you are encouraged to discover the truth within yourself, instead of following someone else's version, if you are afraid to go within because you will be laughed at and judged, that is part of this timing of, are you prepared to see this opportunity for what it is? Do you have the courage? Who do you betray? What is betrayal? Do you betray consensus reality? Or do you betray your source, which is betray the Christ energy within you by not allowing it through, by not activating it to be your beacon, to be your light as well as the light for others around you. The truth is woven throughout your religious books, but there is also a great deal there that distracts and detracts you from the teachings that were actually given. And what we are speaking of now through this translation is the essence of what was delivered to you. And it has been changed by those who profit from your ignorance of self with a capital S. We are not attached to how this message or any of the messages are received. This was an intention, a group, collective of presence in love to reach to humanity, to guide if possible, to encourage the truth to emerge from you. For this world needs that truth, that light to be embodied by many humans. That is how you transcend, that is how you shift, that is how you transform this world. In this state of awareness, light, you become the information, you become the love that is needed. You become that new reflection for humanity so that they may see this in physical form. And in this higher vibrational way of being, you cannot be touched by that which has malintent for your life force energy. It is simple in that way. The key is frequency and your ability to perceive it in the instrument of your physicality of your heart. What blocks this is years and even centuries of wounding that one either chooses to see and to heal, or chooses to pretend that it is not there, and that in actuality the truth is in your outer world. The truth is in the known reality. You sit on the precipice between the known and the unknown. If your body instrument is clean and clear, to a degree, you will feel the resonance. You will know the choices that you have. You will feel pulled in one direction or another. You are pulled by resonance with fear, or you are pulled by resonance with the light, with truth. No matter what that might do to your existing stories, your existing person, places, and things. We deeply love humanity. That is why we are a part of these group intentions to reach you. You will resonate with this or not, or perhaps you will resonate with how this is translated through other human beings. Your ability to feel and perceive frequency will be the guide in these times. What do you choose and why? It is a good time for self-reflection at this threshold, because as time marches on, self-reflection will feel like a distant opportunity, for there will be so much occurring around you to take your attention away from the truth. That is the design to keep you entrained, to be less than you are. Simply choose to be all that you are and surrender to this guidance within. You will be guided if you are consistent in your connection to this core within you that is divine, that wants to remember and restore the truth, thereby shattering all that has been false, all that has been given to you in lies about who you actually are. We love you, and we are present with you. Thank you. Good day.
I hear the hypocrites talking about love, then glare at me, the different one. And from the pulpit they're talking about the word while the soul is dying to be heard. And I feel the people are longing to be held, yet so afraid to let go. And I